welcome back to Talking Housewives with Dee. I'm Dee, and today we are talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 11. And as you can see, I'm very late posting this. There's something about Thanksgiving. I don't know. I lose track of what day is what day, and I woke up this morning, I'm like, oh my god, it's Sunday, and I have not posted the Salt Lake recap. So we're going to go through this really quickly because I'm sure you guys already seen the episode once or twice. So I'm just going to just go through it. We have Potomac coming on tonight. Then we have another Salt Lake in a couple of days. And then we have Beverly Hills premiering this week too. So we have a pretty packed schedule, and I'm going to try my very best to make sure I post these in a timely manner and we don't end up how we are today. Also, if you hear something in the background, it's not my dog today. It is actually my neighbors playing music. So I apologize if you hear anything. So let's just jump right into it. So the ladies, we're all done at Mary's church now. We're going to Walter's, and Walter's was featured in season 1, and unfortunately Walter did pass away. But we are back. Mary has her Dom Perignon. She's the first one at Walter's, and the ladies are getting walked in one by one. We have Angie showing up. Then we have Bronwyn. And then Heather and Whitney. And then we have Meredith and Lisa coming together. So Mary has a betta fish for them as gift bags, like goodie bags. Remember like the last time she had like Louis Vuitton gifts? Yeah, now we have fish. So ladies sit around the table, and I'll just get like straight into it, you guys. This half of this episode took place at Walter's, so it wasn't like that one lunch that Whitney had where it was the entire episode at the table. Most of this took place at Walter's, and we were just talking about what happened on the plane. So we're still on the plane thing, so I won't get into what each person said. I'm just gonna sum it up basically. They're all saying that. So Heather is the one taking charge of this whole thing, right? She's gunning for Meredith. She's basically saying, listen, what you did was shitty, and you need to own up and take some responsibility for it. Meredith still claims that she was only venting to a friend for 30 minutes maybe. She watched a movie, she fell asleep, she woke up, watched another movie, and fell asleep. She did not talk to Brittany because Brittany had over the ear headphones on, and she didn't think that Brittany could hear her. She was simply venting to a friend. Okay? Now, Angie, Mary, Lisa, and Heather and Whitney. They're saying that that Meredith was yelling at Brittany the entire flight. But, like, Heather at first said that she was asleep for most of the flight. Now she's saying that Meredith was yelling the entire flight. I will say, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I don't think that Meredith was venting to a friend. I think that she was purposely trying to get under Brittany's skin and talking really loud. And I believe it did go on for more than 30 minutes. It probably went on for about an hour and a half. But I did not think that she was yelling at her the entire flight. I think she was talking loud enough for Brittany and other people to hear. So yeah, I think it was somewhere in the middle of the truth of what really happened. So Heather is saying, like, do you feel sorry for what you did to Brittany? And then Meredith says that she feels bad if what she said made Brittany feel bad. So she's not apologizing at all. She's not going to at this lunch. So Heather is like really pissed off. She's like, we had to physically pick up Brittany, and she was wet from like the champagne. Like, we had to walk her through customs. Again, I said this on my last video. There's no way I'm 50 something years old and I'm letting some woman who is drunk and slurring her words behind me on the plane talk so much shit about me where I start crying and hyperventilating and rolled up in a ball on an airplane. There's no way that's going to happen. Again, when I got off the plane, I would have to slap the shit out of Meredith. Because, like, what? Brittany, she needs to stand up is what she needs to. Don't let no one do that to you. Like, bully you at 50-something years old, girl. Stand up. Oh, no. But do I believe that they picked her up from the floor? No, I don't. Even that's what they said. I don't believe that happened. I believe that Brittany was probably crying, yeah. And, like, maybe that was a trauma response, her crying and all that. But I don't believe that she was, like, curled up in fetal position and they had to, like, carry her through customs. I think that maybe she was hysterical, maybe crying a bit, but not as bad as they're making it seem. But Brittany, girl, do not let no one ever get you like that. Ever, ever, ever. And Meredith should be ashamed of herself for even taking it that far. Yeah, I feel bad for Brittany because I truly do believe that Meredith was harassing her. I just don't believe that it went on for like an entire 6-hour plane ride, But, anyways, so, now Meredith has a problem with Whitney because, before we even get into that part, they asked Meredith, since you're watching the movie the entire time, Angie goes, so what happened at the end of Crazy Rich Asians? And Lisa's like, come on, are you serious? And Meredith's like, I don't know. And then they're like, well, it was a really, like, big ending. Like, you wouldn't forget it if you watched the movie. So Lisa starts saying what happened with Crazy Rich Asians. And she gets everything right. And then Meredith's like, well, obviously, I fell asleep because I don't remember that. I'm like, these girls. Meredith's pissed off at Whitney because she's like, Whitney, I heard that you were talking about me behind my back. Some serious stuff. And then Whitney's like, the only person that would have known what I said was Bronwyn because I talked about the situation with Bronwyn. So Bronwyn's like, yes, I did talk to Meredith. She's nodding. I did talk to Meredith and I told her that, you said that she was drinking in the lounge before the plane and that maybe you were heavily under the influence of something. And then Meredith's like, you're saying that you're saying I have substance abuse issues. I do not have substance abuse issues. And then Whitney's like, Meredith, it could be one of 3 things. 1, you have hatred in your heart. I forgot what the other 3 were, but it's basically like the other 2. Basically, like, you have hatred in your heart, you're an alcoholic, or you just don't remember, like some shit like that. And Meredith's looking at her like, I know she wants to slap the shit out of Whitney. She's like, I do not have substance abuse issues. What you're saying is very dangerous. And then, Meredith doesn't apologize about it. She just, again, she says that if Brittany was hurt, she feels bad that Brittany was hurt by what she may have heard. And that's it. That's basically it of Walter's dinner. They're just going after Meredith. Meredith never apologizes. Whitney accuses her of having a substance abuse issue. And that is that. Okay. So now we are... See, where are we at in this? Now everyone it's a different day. It's a new day. And we have Bronwyn baking something with Muzzy. And Bronwyn's telling Muzzy how she wants to get her U.S. citizenship because she was born in Brazil. And she's like, all of my siblings have U.S. citizenship, but, I don't. Like, I want to be part of the democratic process. Like, I want to go to jury duty and all that. And then Muzzy's like, yeah, they all have passports. And she says something like Bronwyn was a oops. And I'm like, come the fuck on. How, why do you keep beating this girl down? Now you're calling her an oops baby? God, I feel for Bronwyn. I mean, she has a mother like this, and then she has Todd to fucking deal with. Like, oh my God. You know what? Maybe they should get that arrangement, that open marriage, because I want Bronwyn to have her a hot 40-something-year-old man that's just going to just, ugh, whatever. She deserves way better. Even though she be doing shit I don't approve of, she does deserve to be happy, and she's not happy in this situation. Next, we have Heather with one big Wayfair fucking commercial. This was an entire Wayfair ad, you guys. You guys see her ads pop up on Peacock too, and on TikTok and shit. Her Wayfair ads. This was one big ad. I couldn't believe it. Then we have Elisa and Meredith going to get their nails done, and Meredith is saying that she has no idea why Whitney is so obsessed with her and so concerned about what she's doing. Whitney should be on her healing and her feeling journey, and why is she so concerned with me? And Lisa's like, I know. And then Lisa says that she talked to Brittany. She went to talk to Brittany, and Brittany was telling her that Lisa was an accomplice to what Meredith did to her, and that this was the sixth worst thing that has happened in Brittany's entire life. I said, oh wow. That's crazy. The sixth worst thing that happened in your life. And then Lisa says that, she had no part in any of this, and she's not going to take the blame for it. And that was it. Then we have Whitney and Heather moving a mattress. Heather's 20-year-old stained mattress out of her house. Oh, by the way, Heather's new room, that she redecorated and painted, whatever, with the Wayfair ad, it looks exactly the same. Remember she was painting? Yeah, the room is white. It looks exactly the same. So yeah, just want to let you guys know that. So yeah, they're moving this 20-year-old mattress out, and it has a ton of stains on it. She had it from her apartment, and then when she got married. So I didn't know you can keep mattresses for that long. I remember buying, so I did have a hand-me-down mattress, and then I bought a new mattress, my first mattress, I bought it, and I didn't realize the process of mattress shopping was so intense, and I didn't realize how expensive mattresses were. But yeah, I don't know, 20 years, Heather, that's a minute. I think I'm coming up on is this my 4-year mark? It's gonna be time for me to get a new mattress soon. So yeah, and my mattress came rolled up. I got the cheap mattress, guys. I didn't get the fancy one because they were too expensive. Mine came rolled up, and I had to wait for it to to flate back up, to inflate. And actually, it's a really comfortable mattress. It was cheap and it's comfortable, and I love it. But that's besides the point. Heather, I can't believe she kept this mattress for 20 years. So her and Whitney, they're talking about Meredith and how she's never going to take accountability for anything, blah, blah, blah. Then we have Brittany and her daughter doing family therapy on television. I think this is something that, first of all, why isn't Brittany a full-time housewife? She has been, killing it with the storyline. She is around all of the drama. She should have a snowflake. She has alone scenes, and her daughter has a confessional. Why isn't she a snowflake holder? Brittany better renegotiate that contract next season, because she's coming back. And you know what, at this point, she deserves to be full-time. Who can we replace? Honestly, get Whitney. We can demote Whitney. Whitney's not... And Meredith, too, if we're being honest, guys. If we're being honest. I like Meredith, too, but... I don't know, guys. I don't know. or maybe just make Brittany full-time and keep everyone full-time. I don't know. Um, okay, so they're having their family therapy, and Olivia says that Brittany would champion her stepkids just to make the her stepdad happy, and wouldn't like never celebrate any of her actual children's wins. And Olivia says that she is scared of getting close to anyone because she doesn't want them to leave and abandon her like her mother did, which is heartbreaking and so sad. I feel for this girl. I really do. And I feel for Brittany too, because I think that a lot has happened in Brittany's life. That's very tragic, and I don't know, but I feel bad. I feel worse for her daughter, because her daughter just wanted a mom. You can tell that she just wanted a mom, and her mom just didn't show up for her, and it's really sad. But yeah, that's her therapy session. Then we have Bronwyn, Gwen, and Muzzy. They are about to pot some plants, I guess. Everyone is rocking a bob. They all look great. Bronwyn is sad because her mom wants to move back to Northern California, and Gwen wants to leave. She doesn't want to be in the house of Bronwyn anymore. And Gwen says, she's young. She wants to go and live her life. She wants to explore. And Bronwyn is sad because she'll be left alone, with Todd. And she's like crying because she says that, when she was 18, she had a short stint in college, and then she had a baby, and she was never really alone. And so now she's going to be alone, and she's really sad about it. And honestly, I think this would be great for Bronwyn. I need her to get rid of Todd. I really do, guys. I need her to divorce that man. I need her to divorce him. I need her to live her best fucking life again with a hot 40-year-old. I think the mom leaving and Gwen leaving will be so good for her. And I think she doesn't realize it yet. She's scared. She's scared to be alone in that house. And not even with Todd, because Todd is gone fucking 5 days a week. He comes home on the weekends. Bronwyn deserves better. And we're just going to leave it at that. And then Bronwyn's mom says some snarky ass comment to keep, Bronwyn was like, do I need to get rid of Todd to keep you to stay? And then her mom's like, I think he's going to get rid of you first. And I'm like, goddamn, let her get up. You stay with your foot on your daughter's neck. Stop it, lady. Oh my god, so sad. And then we have this scene, the ending scene with Meredith and Brittany. Brittany's hair looks incredible. This is the first time it's looked good. This entire episode it looked good. Oh, by the way, Mary didn't invite Brittany to her church or to lunch, because remember, Brittany called her the least godly woman she's ever met. And then Brittany apologized for it. And then Mary felt bad and was going to invite her. And then Mary asked her dog, should I invite Brittany? Give me a paw if I should invite her. And the dog just laid down. So she didn't invite Brittany. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the episode. But Meredith and Brittany, they apologize to each other. Meredith apologizes for saying what she said and Brittany hearing it. That wasn't cool. And then Brittany apologizes for bringing up the TikTok because it was shady. She's like, I know that was a trigger for you. And Meredith says, no, the trigger was you bringing it up as if you were trying to help me when you're really trying to hurt me. And Brittany was like, yes, I was trying to hurt you and I apologize. And they leave it at that. Do you guys think that HR told Meredith that she needed to apologize because they saw what she did on that airplane and they were like, you gotta, come on, you need to apologize so we can move on, because this is an HR issue now, you're harassing her? Do you guys think that's what happened? Maybe, probably, who knows? Alright guys, so yeah, that was it. a quick recap of what happened. I will go ahead and give this episode a 7. It was a good episode. It wasn't the best. I think I'm just a little bit over hearing about the airplane situation. But it looks like next week Meredith is drug testing everyone. Hallelujah. Oh, I love this show. God, I love this show. This is what I need my housewives to do. I could already tell this is going to be a good ass episode because they're in costumes. I cannot wait. Okay, so again, guys, we have a full week. We got Potomac, Salt Lake City, and Beverly Hills all this upcoming week. I will do my very best to get these out. That being said, thank you so much for listening to me talk about this. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you in Potomac. Bye.